Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into the next episode of Joe Kelley's Psychedelic Experience. What's going on with you? Hey, your old pal Joe here checking in with you on a motherfucking Monday, my friend. We're recording it early Monday morning. We got the coffee, we got the hair brushed, you know. We're doing big things this Monday morning. I hope you are too. Listen, I hope you're doing better than you ever thought you possibly could be doing, my friend. I hope that's happening in your life right now. I hope your spirits are so high it's almost unbearable. But if not, hey, hey, that's okay, right? That is okay. But what do you got to do? Get your shit together. July's almost over. What the fuck have you been doing? We keep thinking we have time, but we don't. The days come and go, and we do absolutely nothing to cherish them. So get your shit in gear. Get some shit done. Maybe ride the rest of the month out. There's only a few more days. Maybe this was your cheat month. You know what I mean? Your month where you just ate pizza and tugged your dick for 31 days or however many days are in the month. But get your fucking shit together. Will ya? August is around the corner. Time to get back to school. You know what I mean? There's some motherfucker at the mailbox right now. I'm really just becoming an old man here in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm like, hey, what the? Get a little too close to the mailbox, buddy. Why don't you back the fuck up before we have a problem? Anyway, got some shows coming up, people. Lots and lots of shows, as a matter of fact. Tomorrow night, I'll be at Zany's here in Nashville, Tennessee. Also, this Thursday, I'll be at a spot called Dark Matter here in Nashville. Next Friday, August 5th, Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Then August 6th, I'll be in Cincinnati doing a show. All right? Then we're going to make our way up to Detroit, Michigan on Sunday, August 14th. Come back to Nashville and then get down to Atlanta on the 19th and 20th. Then I'll be back for a brand new show at the East Room here in Nashville, August 22nd. If you're in Nashville, please come to this one. It's a show I'm putting on. It's going to be a dirty, rotten, no good comedy show. We're calling it Trashville. It's going to be for blue humor, I suppose, but that's happening the August 22nd. And then I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the 24th through the 27th. Go to joekellycomedy.com for all the upcoming dates, man. I'll be in Texas in September. Come October, I'm going to be up in Chicago. And then November, I'm also going to be out and about too. So getting out on the road, doing these things, doing some of my own shit, tagging on with my good buddy Aaron Weber is his feature. So come see me. Come say hey if you're out and about, you know, and let me know where I need to be going. Let me know where I need to be going on my own, and I'll come up and I'll come to wherever you live and tell jokes right straight to your motherfucking face. All right. So that's all. JoeKellyComedy.com. Go check it out. How was your week, my friend? What'd you get into? Did you accomplish anything great with your time? What happened? Did anything good happen last week? Our great leader is sick. Isn't that bad? Joe Biden got cancer. That guy's just an old cartoon character at this point. One week he's falling off his bike. Then the next week he announces he has cancer. And then 2 days later he gets COVID-19. Like, what can't this guy do? You know what I mean? Lower the gas prices? got his fucking ass. Got his ass. I just think, I don't know, there's been a long running conspiracy theory that the only way we would, not the only way, but the first female president we get would be because the president dies. So it would be a takeover of the female vice president. So there is a chance that is going to happen. You know, we got a very old man, so we might get a lady in the office because he might die or something like that because he's either going to fall off a bike and crack his empty head or or just get sick in natural causes like everybody else. But we'll see. We'll see if the conspiracy theorists are right. I remember in the '08 election, are you guys old enough to remember 2008? I hope so. Wasn't that long ago. But in case you're not old enough to remember what 2008 was, let me refresh your memory. So 2008 was a great year in the history of America. Rock and roll music was riding high. We had great bands, probably some of the best music there's ever been. Bands like Buck Cherry, you know what I mean? Theory of a Dead Man. That's what we were doing in 2008, Was Lizzo around then? No, this was pre-Lizzo. I don't think we had a Cardi B either at that point in time. We did have a Beyonce. Beyonce was riding high, as well as Buck Cherry. So, probably the greatest era for music was in 2008. But also in 2008, we had a presidential election, a historic presidential election as well, because there was a black fella running for the office of the United States. Now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the history of the United States, but up until 2008, I don't think there had been a black fella to run for the president, let alone get the nominee. You know what I mean? So, 2008 was just a great year for everybody. In this horribly racist country that we live in, somehow a black guy became president in 2008, even though, as a civil rights movement in the 60s, had a black guy become president in 2008. And somehow you'd think that America's even more racist now than they've ever been. But anyway, we're talking about 2008 where racism wasn't even a thing. How could it be a thing when a black guy was running for president? But I think the point of this is, if I could turn back time, I'd go back to 2008. But anyway, running against the black guy was an older white fella named John McCain. Some people call him a war hero, But I guess if you ask President Donald Trump if John McCain was a war hero, I believe he said heroes don't get caught or something like that. Really? Just the dismissiveness to a prisoner of war is fucking fantastic. I miss that guy. Have we ever in the history of the country ever had a president just fucking be dismissive of a POW? Oh, yeah? Yeah, most heroes don't get caught. Anyway, I'm trying to tell you about this 2008 election. John McCain was a very old man, right? Very, very old man, had been in politics for a very long time. He decides he's, they're having trouble running against the black guy, if you can imagine that. Imagine this old white man having trouble keeping up with this young, hip black fella. So what they do is they pull in some crazy lady, got a mushmelon for a grandkid, something like that, out of Russia. You know what I mean? Sarah Palin was her name. Everybody just wanted to fuck her. No one, I don't think, thought she would have been good for the country, but people did want to fuck the shit out of that lady. I was one of them. I'll admit it. I would have loved to have made tender love to Sarah Palin in 2008, but unfortunately she's a good woman, She's married and she didn't want anything to do with me. But the point is, everybody was like, you can't have Sarah Palin be your vice president because John McCain, if he wins, he's going to die. And then we're going to have this idiot for the president, So they didn't vote for John McCain. They voted for the black fella, which I don't know how many history buffs are out there, but did you know that in 2008 when Barack Obama was president, Joe Biden was the vice president? Shocking stuff here, people. Shocking stuff. Did you know that? And now he's the president. So, pretty neat. But anyway, I think the point is that if this old man dies and we get Kamala Harris in, she'll be the first black lady president. Or whatever she is, Hawaiian, Filipino. I'm not sure what people are nowadays. I tend to call people just by their name instead of their skin color and where they're from. But that's just me, you know. But anyway, I hope our president doesn't die. Not that I care if he does, but, you know, for the sake of not having a lady in charge, I really hope Joe Biden holds on. You know what I mean? I can't imagine anything good's going to happen. And not that a lady couldn't do good, but here's the thing, ladies. Once you get a little something, you just take it all. You don't know how to share that well, you know? You get an inch and you certainly take a mile. I think we can all agree with that, right? I'm not saying anything sexist here. I just don't think women should be leaders of the free world. Not in general. I would never vote for a woman who wants to be the president. I'd vote for a mother. We need a motherly figure in the White House. I think that's what we need. I think that's what the world needs. It's a mom to go, hey, you guys are fucking up, but it's okay. Let's get it in gear. You know? Anyway, Joe Biden, I hope he's okay. I hope he doesn't fall off any more bikes, and I hope he gets all the ivermectin he needs to fight his bout with COVID. That was in the news last week, people. Other than that, I don't really know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Listen, I did something cool Friday. I bought my buddy lunch. We went out. We got some lunch Friday. I think it's something we're going to do every week now, is to go out and get a little food from time to time. And it was nice. This is my good friend John Burr. I'll say his first and last name. Fuck it. He's the former singer of a great band called How I Became the Bomb, right? Now, I've known John for a very long time, but up until, I guess up until a few months ago, when I moved back up here, I'd been unable to buy John lunch, but now I'm at the point in my life where I can go out to lunch. I ordered my food, and the little gay fella, what a sweet little gay man that was taking our order too, you know? I don't look at people's sexual orientation or color or anything like that, but this fella was a gay guy. Great one of the good ones. You know what that means. But he takes the order, and he goes, will that be it? And I said, you know what? I turn around, and I said, I'll take care of whatever he's getting, too. Look at that. You know, we were just getting grilled cheeses. I wasn't breaking the fucking bank out here, but it's nice to be at a point in life where you can buy a buddy a sandwich, and then you can, sit there and talk about people you don't like. Talk about how your friends are fucking up, but you guys have it together better than everybody, you know? So that's what we did. It's just great. It's great to not be incredibly poor anymore. I'm still pretty poor on the scheme of things, but it's nice to be at a point in life where you can buy your buddy a sandwich, you know? Am I giving money to homeless people? Absolutely not. I'm not doing that, you know? Can you write off every dollar you donate? Because you know how, like, if you give money to charity, you can write that off on your taxes at the end of the year. If you keep track of the money you give to homeless people, can you write that off? Or does there need to be some kind of paper trail to be involved in the writing off of taxes? Because if not, I'll just start telling. I'm going to tell the tax man, the IRS, that I just give $30,000 to some guy who lives under the overpass, and maybe they'll give some of that back to me. I don't know how any of that works, but the point is, I don't have $30,000 to give to a homeless person, but I got about $8.50 to buy a sandwich for my buddy. You know, there's a point in time in my life where I didn't have enough money to get a cup of coffee, people. Yeah, no, did you know that? Did you know there was one day in particular? This probably would have been 2015, early 2016, something like that. I was living in my van, And was waiting for a check from work to pass or clear or whatever it was. But anyway, the point was, without that check in my bank account, I had no money at all. So there was a 24-hour period where I was completely broke. And it was fine, you know? I had no money. I could not buy anything that day at all. And it's not like, I don't know. I put myself in that situation. It's not like I had to be poor. I was just so blinded by whatever the fuck it was that I thought I was doing with comedy that I was like, you know what? I'll be poor for it. I'll have no money for a day just to see what it's like too. And it's not that bad. Knowing that you have money coming, it was fine, but not that bad. My buddy bought me a cup of coffee. I had a fine day, you know? But now I'm out here buying sandwiches from motherfuckers, so that feels pretty good. You got enough money to buy another fella's sandwich? Huh? I hope so. Poor ass motherfucker. It was a great way to spend the day, you know? Did a show Friday as well. Did a show Friday night over at Third Coast Comedy Club. Ripped that motherfucker up. You know? It's just been a lot of good stuff, you know? A lot of good things happening. I went out and shot some pool on Saturday as well, you know. Went out by myself too. None of my friends, a lot of people have quit drinking around here, and then other ones are, I don't know, I think all my friends are gay because no one shoots pool. Not that they don't know how to shoot pool, but like, oh, I'm no good at it. Well, it's like, I wasn't asking if you were good at it. It's not about being good. It's about killing time. You know, it's about not talking and just hitting balls. But I just, you know, I guess everyone's just gay nowadays, I guess. I don't really know. But the point of it is, oh, the other thing I was going to say, speaking of gay, I bought my buddy a sandwich and I wasn't even trying to fuck him, you know? Usually if I'm buying somebody food, it's because I'm trying to get intimate with them. But not this time, people. I think I'm really maturing. You know, I wasn't even trying to fuck. And I was still like, you know what? I could buy you a sandwich. Shit, dude. Shit. I'm becoming so mature. But anyway, went out, shot some pool on Saturday and just went out by myself. And for some reason, and I've never been this way. I've never been at a bar and saw a fella sitting by himself, and I was like, man, I should go talk to that guy. You know? I'm like, he's probably enjoyed himself. Because that's what I do. If I go to a bar and I'm by myself, I'm doing it because I'm enjoying myself. You know? I'm not trying to, if I wanted people to be around me, I would have invited somebody. But for some reason, a lot of the times when people see you at a bar by yourself, they assume that you want somebody to talk to. And I don't. I don't at all. You know? Not that I don't want to, but it's not something that is... You're not doing me a favor by coming over and talking to me when I'm sitting by myself. Unless you got something to... Maybe you can buy me a sandwich, you know? In which case, come on over. But really, if you're just like, hey... I just saw you sitting over here by yourself, and it's like, you shouldn't be sitting over here by yourself. And it's like, well, I'm enjoying sitting over here by myself. And I'm like, why don't you come sit with us? And it's like, that sounds like a terrible idea because you're taking me, because what I'm doing is I'm enjoying being by myself, you know? And then you want to lug me over to your table with a bunch of strangers because I don't know why, because you think it'll make me happy somehow. And it doesn't. But I did it anyway. The point is, I'm enjoying myself, and then somebody comes up, and they're like, well, I'll sit and talk with you for a little bit. And I go, oh, okay. We could do that. It seemed like a nice enough person, you know. Starts with one person, and then all of a sudden somebody else comes up, and is like, oh, well, hey, I saw you guys sitting over here, and fucking let me come sit here. And it's like, God damn it. Because now people are just talking about nothing that I really care about. You know, talking about the drugs they used to do. Listen, buddy, don't come over here talking about drugs you used to do. Talk about the drugs you got right now or get the fuck out of here. But he is a nice guy. A lot of, well, I feel, okay, come to find out, this fella who came over to me, right? He's like, just, you shouldn't be sitting over here alone, blah, blah, blah. Turns out he's going through a divorce. You know what I mean? Or something like that. Things are on the edges, on the rocks with his lady or whatever it is. So he's trying to make it seem like, nobody should sit alone at a bar. And it's like, you don't want to sit alone at a bar because you can't handle the mess of the life you created. You know? So now you got to drag me into it or somehow... somehow me listening to your shit will make you feel better. But, the difference between us is that guy didn't want to be alone at the bar. He wanted somebody to be around. I wanted to be alone. He is just fucking it up for me by being a bummer. By going, oh, my lady, she don't love me no more, or whatever the fuck he was saying. And it's like, well, anytime I've ever talked to a stranger and they talk about their relationship failing, there's never, I want to make sure I'm saying this right, there's never been a time, I don't think there has ever been a time where someone has been like, my relationship isn't working out the way I thought it would. There's never been a time where I couldn't see why. You know what I mean? Anytime I've ever been to a bar and someone comes up and they go, shit ain't working out for me at home, it's always like, well, yeah, after 5-10 minutes with you, yeah, I can see fucking why shit doesn't work out for you. You know what I mean? It's never been like, wow, you're telling me you're fucking, you make $250,000 every year, you shave every day, you don't swear, you say nice things, you cook and you clean, and for some reason life ain't working out for you. Damn, that sucks. Usually it's, I used to do a bunch of pills and I stopped doing pills and then my girl's still trying to leave me. Should have kept doing pills. Anyway. I don't know why people think they need to try and uplift your spirit even though they don't have their own shit together. Because I was chilling. I was having a great time. And not that this guy was a bad fella, but it's just like, you're not doing me any favors by coming over here and bumming me out. But maybe he needed somebody to bum out, and I was happy to be that person. Very Christ-like, in my opinion. Very, very Christ-like. So, that was my Saturday. Was listening to some fella that I didn't care to. And then he left, and then there was some other lady who also came over, and then all three of us talked, and then she was like, well, come sit at our table. And I'm like, fuck, I should just leave. That's what I thought, was I should just fucking go. But then I was like, you know what, let me go sit at this table with 9 strangers. And that was great. No one seemed to care that I was there. It's always, whenever a lady that people are trying to fuck bring a fella over to the table where everyone who is trying to fuck her is sitting at, it's not good. A lot of shade, a lot of bad vibes, and I wasn't even interested in fucking this lady. I should have just left. I should have just not went out at all. I could take a buddy with me next time so I don't get caught in any conversations I don't want to be in. Does that happen to y'all? Do people just approach you and spew their life stories out to you constantly for no reason? Apparently, a fella sitting by himself, people think he just really wants to, this is a guy I can open up to. And it's like, yeah. You can. I wish you wouldn't, though. I wish you wouldn't. Or if you were opening up, I just wish it was better things than your life's falling apart all the goddamn time. But anyway, made some friends, you know. I'm sure it'll all work out in the end. What'd you do with your weekend? One more thing before we get you to the animal video clip of the week, my friends. I hope we've been having some fun. I don't know what the fuck I've been talking about as per usual. Just rambling. Trying to make some sense out of all this nonsense that we call life. This confusing little existence, this experiment that we're participating in. That is the American culture. Just trying to figure it out. Anyway, here's a word of advice to you, my friends. If you're going to sucker punch somebody, make sure you know how to do it, all right? I watched this video of this fella in Russia. They were also in a pool hall. Like a big fat guy, right? And then there's a little guy. You know what I mean? Little short fella. Cute as a button. Little fella. But of course, because he's little, he's got a temper. And I don't know what led to the altercation, but the little guy like rears back and sucker punches this big fat guy. But it did absolutely nothing, you know? And the last person you want to piss off is a big fat guy. He's big and fat. He could just lay on you, and then what? Then you're fucked. But rather than this little guy even like knocking, it did not faze the fat guy at all. The little guy sucker punches the dude in the side of the head, and the little dude flies back like he'd fucking got launched off a goddamn slingshot or something like that. Just bounced right off of him, right? And then the fat guy's like, "Oh, that was pretty funny." Then starts walking towards the little guy, and the little guy's like, "Well, now I'm gonna fucking kick you," or something like that. Again, does nothing. Fat guy just tries to grab him, kind of bear hugs him, and now the little skinny guy's like, I fucked up. Tries to bite his fucking cranium, tries to bite the fat guy's forehead. So the fat guy just picks him up in the air, throws him down real hard, and then the little guy scampers off. But the point is, I mean, don't be getting in fights, people. You shouldn't be doing that unless it's a life and death situation. But if it's an argument over a pool game, don't be doing that. But also, if you're going to sucker punch somebody, fucking do it right. You know what I mean? Or just get the fuck out of there. Anyway, I just thought it was a great little thing. Good piece of advice. Either A, sucker punch somebody real good, or B, maybe don't be hitting people at all, unless it's completely necessary. You know what I mean? Take that with you throughout the week, people. Work on a good sucker punch, or don't do it at all. You should have one just in case, though. You know? You never know when you're going to have to hit somebody and dip the fuck out. So keep that in mind. Anyway, let's get you the animal video clip of the week and get you on your motherfucking way, my friends. Hope we've had a little bit of fun this morning. You know? And I hope you have a great fucking week. A great video. Very fun video. People are always fucking around with stuff that they shouldn't be fucking around with, and I love it. Anyway, so I believe this one came from World Star Hip Hop. There's a family. They're in a boat, right? And I believe it's a family. And they're doing some fishing. And they catch a shark. Not a big one. Maybe 2-3 feet, something like that. You know, nothing too big. But a shark's a shark, you know what I mean? And I'm not sure what the dad, I assume it's the dad, is exactly trying to do. Because it doesn't look like he's trying to get a hook out of the shark's mouth or anything like that. But for some reason, his hand is right next to the shark's mouth. And the shark latches onto his pinky. And long story short, that guy no longer has a pinky. Because the shark ripped it off. Which I don't know why he was putting his hand near the shark's mouth, but that's what's going to happen. If you stick your fingers in a shark's mouth, the odds are good you're going to come back with less of them, you know. But The guy, I'll give credit where credit's due. This guy took it like a champ. He didn't whine. He didn't cry. He didn't fuss. He just said, I lost my goddamn pinky. And it's like, you know where it went. It's not like you just looked down and all of a sudden it's gone. You didn't lose it, but it is indeed gone. Just don't quit fucking with animals, people, or keep doing it. Do whatever it is that makes the internet fun. But I wouldn't recommend sticking my hand in a shark's mouth. That's something to take with you through the week too. Get a good sucker punch and don't be sticking your hand in sharks' mouths, okay? I don't know who needs to hear it, but I'm here for you, all right? If you need a guide to get you through this life, I got a few tips I can give you. Keep your hands out of a shark's mouth. And fellas, this is my tip for you. If you're going to settle down with a lady, make sure she's fucking old so she dies soon and then you just get money. Then you start fucking the bitches. Keep that in mind, fellas. Keep that in mind. Listen, thanks for checking. I'm going to leave that in. Fuck it. Thanks for checking out the podcast, everybody. Sorry I coughed into the mic right there. That's my bad. Appreciate you checking out. Hope we had a little bit of fun this Monday. Do me a favor. Come see me in Zany's tomorrow night. That is going to be Tuesday, July 26th. Also have a show at Dark Matter on the 28th. I'll be in Cincinnati, August 6th. Detroit, August 14th. Back in Nashville, the 22nd of August. Then Tulsa, Oklahoma, the 24th through the 27th. Bunch of other shows coming up. Texas and Chicago in September or October, something like that. JoeKelleyComedy.com has all your upcoming dates. Thanks for checking out the podcast, everybody. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great fucking week. And listen, do me a favor. Take care of yourself. Take care of somebody else. And I will catch you around real soon. Later. All right, video people. It's just us again. The bonus content that keeps you coming back. Hey, fuck those audio people, right? Fuck them in the ass. Who cares about them? You just going to listen to the podcast and not watch it? Fuck you. That's why you guys get this few seconds of bonus material. You know what I mean? For being so loyal and so true, because you are the best and you deserve a little extra for being so goddamn great at what it is you do. But, yeah, hey, have some fun this week, all right? You're the best. Everybody knows it, except for you. That's why I'm here, to remind you. All right? Have some fucking fun this week, will you? Okay? I hope that's not too much to ask for you to have a little bit of fun. I love you. Bye.